Hello everyone, my name is Clantus and welcome to the clan. So without further ado, let's get into the video. But before I get into the video, I would like you to please kindly give me a like, because it is very important that you click the like button so that the YouTube algorithm can push my videos to even more people. I highly appreciate everybody that has responded to this call of action on yesterday's videos. Please, let's do that again today. As long as the likes get to about 500 and more, then of course the YouTube algorithm is going to start pushing my videos to even more people all around the world, and that is very exciting. So let's get back to the video. So in the North Gauteng High Court, a new witness took the stand by Mr. Mushwana. I don't know what to tell you guys, because I'm not even sure what just happened at the North Gauteng High Court in the Senzo Meyiwa Murder Re-trial, because the witness, this Mshwana person, I felt that this was a total waste of court time and a total waste of taxpayers' money, because we are sitting at home and wherever we are watching this trial, and then we are asking ourselves and scratching our heads like, okay, we had Colonel Steyn, who purported to be a cell phone expert, and now we're having another one. When I heard that he is a, a cell phone data expert, I was getting excited, thinking, oh my goodness, finally we're going to hear the content of what was in those cell phones. So he says that on the 27th of October 2014, he was handed or requested to download some data in 6 devices that were handed to him. Lo and behold, I thought that when you collect evidence, they go into evidence bags. Each evidence that is collected is put in each evidence bag and sealed, but no, not with the cell phones that were collected at Fosloras at the Kumalo household on the 26th of October 2014, only to find out that one evidence bag had 4 devices, one had 1 or something of that nature. And I'm thinking, isn't that like contamination of evidence? Then he says no, not with cell phones. They can put cell phones under one bag, and I'm like, but that is evidence. That cannot be. What if the residues of the gun residues of the shooter is in one of the cell phones, and now all the cell phones are contaminated with gun residues? Because not all the people that were in the house, let's say he says 6 devices that were in there, but I thought Kelly Kumalo's cell phone was stolen. Where is the 6th device coming from? Because I'm thinking they're supposed to have 5 at this point. Or maybe I misunderstood. Please do correct me if I'm wrong with this one, because I heard that Kelly Kumalo's cell phone was the one that was taken by the intruders. But this witness is saying that there were 6 devices that were in the evidence bag. What's the truth? So, of course, from Shololo's satisfaction, I was thinking that a long list of his qualifications would be read out, but I still thought that Shololo was going to ask him anyways, but she did not ask when it was her turn to cross-examine the witness. I wish I had something to tell you guys what this guy was saying in court. All I heard was exactly what Colonel Steyn was saying, except for this guy, he was just downloading the data from these devices. And it sounds like it's something that he did overnight. It's not something that took forever, because he got the cell phones on the 27th of October and he handed them over to the people that requested him to download the data in the cell phones the next day, the 28th. And then he says that the cell phone that belonged to Senzo Meyiwa, he could not download anything because the pin of the iPhone was still active. And I think it said Zandile's cell phone as well, which was a Nokia N8 or something of that nature. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Also could not be downloadable because the software was not compatible with her phone. So he decided to take her SIM card and then use a SIM card reader, and that is how he was able to abstract the data from that cell phone. Then I'm thinking, okay, tell us about the content of what you found. Then he goes and says, no, he does not see the content of what is in those cell phones. All he's able to do is collect the data, meaning that whose phone number called which number and which SMS went to which number, the same stuff that Colonel Steyn was telling us. And I'm thinking, but then what's the point of having you there? what was this point of the state calling this guy that just totally wasted almost an hour of our lives, really? But at the same time, I'm thinking, okay, guys, please correct me if I'm wrong, because this guy confused the living daylight out of me. He said he could not access the data into Senzo Meyiwa's cell phone. But again, unless it's a different cell, guys, I'm sorry. Again, this one I'm confused. Do correct me. I am always willing to be corrected where I'm wrong. But I think he was talking about Senzo's cell phone. Anyways, at the end of the day, we got nothing. Even when, what do you call this, the defense tried to cross-examine him, it was wishy-washy. Ngumalo decided not to question. He was like, nah, I'm not interested. The Advocate Steve, I don't know what question he was asking the witness, but Mshololo, however, I thought Mshololo was going somewhere. And then I think she was trying to poke the credibility of the witness and also the handling of evidence. Of course, he stood his ground and he seemed to know what he's talking about, especially when it came to the evidence that he had examined, and then he handed it over to the relevant investigators. There was even a point where he became spicy at Shololo, saying, I don't think you understand the cell phone language. And of course, Mshololo, I think she was a little bit stunned because for the first time somebody really gave it to her in that way, because usually it's Mshololo who would be smart with the witnesses. And this one seemingly was a very, I think he has an experience with being a witness in court, because he's been a policeman since 2000. By the time this matter happened in 2014, he was a sergeant. And then he says that he left the subs on the 1st of August 2022. So he's been a very well experienced policeman, and probably he understands how defense lawyers would ask questions, and then he kind of learned over the years that this is how you deal with them. And that is how I thought he dealt with Advocate Mshololo, which kind of like was like, okay, is there a comeback, Mshololo? But Mshololo decided, you know what? I got what I wanted to ask out of this witness. But if you look at it at the end of the day, it was like, okay, I get where you were going with this one, especially when it came to the evidence that we put under one evidence bags. And then he explained it that, no, with cell phones, you can put multiple devices under one evidence bag. But I still have a problem with that, because what if the gun residues were in one of the cell phones? Remember, we are looking for the killer of Senzo Meyiwa. So what if one of the killers, the device is in the evidence bag, and now it's going to contaminate all the other bags? Now, who do you say is the person that killed Senzo Meyiwa amongst those bags? That is the problem that I'm having with his answer. But okay, we will take it. But then again, the judge also exposed the working of the police in this matter, that police that knew what they were doing, they would have taken Tumelo's clothing, the entire clothing, together with everybody that was present in that house on the 26th of October 2014, meaning that competent police would have collected even the clothing items from the people that were in that house on the 26th of October 2014. So at the end of the day, I was like, okay, why then was he introduced as the cell phone data expert if he only downloads? Because at the end, even the witness himself said, I'm just a data downloader. I was like, okay, so this whole point, or this exercise, was just useless. So I don't know who is going to be called next, because I think at this point this witness is dismissed, and apparently he works for private sector now, I think in the security industry. I'm not quite sure. So now we're going to see who's the next witness after tea break, because right now they are on short break, tea time. And then it's going to be interesting to see who takes the stand next. I hope it's not another useless witness that is going to waste the court's time together with our time as well. So anyways, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not subscribed yet. And also don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. My super thanks are turned on, and thank you so much to everybody that's super thanking this channel and supporting it financially. I realized that when you use the word financially, it kind of like gives the ads You know what I mean? If you're a YouTuber, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, guys, do leave me a comment down below so that you can let me know what did you think about this witness. Did I miss the train on this one? I don't know. And also, do also share this video far and wide. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you with a new video, hopefully with the next witness. There'll be something to report about. Goodbye.